Good morning. Welcome to Women of Many Heads channel. So basically, my name is Siodim Tembu, and I am your Woman of Many Heads. And on this channel, we are going to be giving each other content. We're going to give each other tips. We're going to have conversations that ultimately affect each and every woman in whatever shape or form. Please excuse my messy hair. I was literally in the middle of starting to fix my hair, and I decided I might as well do it while I'm having a chat, because it's my first video. I don't want to be awkward and not know what to do with my hands, not know what to actually do with myself, and end up looking stupid. So I'm gonna just be putting a bit of conditioner on my hair. I made my hair a bit wet when I was in the shower, and I'm just putting some conditioner on it. And then after that, after the conditioner is there, I'm gonna put a shower cap on my hair so that it can just stay moist. And then after that, later, I'm just gonna wash it off, style it. I'm actually not that hectic when it comes to my hair. My hair just naturally grows, as you can see that the length is real. Okay, so back to the channel, right? Women of Many Heads is a movement that started about 4 years ago. We're actually turning 5 in May. It's a community of ladies. We get together and we literally come from all spheres of life. What is a woman of many heads? A woman of many heads is a woman who is empowered so that they can empower others. Lift as you rise. A woman of many heads is a woman who's still discovering and finding themselves. A woman of many heads is a woman who wants to excel at everything that they possibly do. So basically, that's what the community of the ladies that I've been going on this journey are. They are bosses at work. They are middle, junior, senior people in their respective careers. At home, Rabasadi, Radimbogodo, we are wives, we are mothers, we are single mothers. We co-parenting, we are wives, we are sisters, we are daughters. We've got so many challenges that we face as we wear these different hats. And by these different hats, I'm referring to the different roles that we wear. We actually have the different titles that we hold and all of that. So a woman of many hats is a woman who says, okay, I wear all these hats, I have all these roles, but sometimes I forget who I am. Sometimes I don't know when to park all the different hats and just be sealed. So coming into this channel, I'm hoping that it'll be your go-to place to just get and draw some inspiration and draw some strength to say, you know what, there's a whole lot going on right now in my life. There's different people who are demanding different things from me. I'm a student, I work, I've got a part-time hustle, I have a husband, I have kids, I have my siblings that are depending on me, I've got friends who need my attention. Oh my gosh, the list is endless. So you can just get to a point where you're really feeling overwhelmed and you don't know what to do. And because we put this strong facade of being great woman, powerful, feminist, sometimes we don't know when to be vulnerable. Sometimes we don't know when to pause and to just take stock and say, enough is enough. I need to look out for number one. So I hope that you'll be coming to this channel. I hope that you'll be enjoying the content that we're going to try and create. The content is going to be based on the community that we already have. I mean, we've got a Facebook group called Women of Many Heads SA. We've got an Instagram profile, and now we've got a very active WhatsApp group. And in there is loyal members that we've had for years. We're sitting at about 280 members, and within those 280 members, we talk about different things. Most of us were united because of the hustling part of our lives, which is the side hustling, the women in business and all of that. But throughout the time that we've spent together, I've actually realized that most of the things that make us go up, or most of the things that make us, see a decline in progress within our lives, is actually the things that are within the home. So if things are not going well at home, things are not going well at work, it affects you. And if you're not okay, there will be any hats for anybody to wear, right? So this is about you, empowering you, making sure that you feel like you are going somewhere, you are getting closer to your goals, you are getting there. So that's about the background of who I am, how I fit into this whole YouTube world. And also just checking the first video that we're doing, and how I wanted to focus on the current situation that we all find ourselves in, which is corona, right? Coronavirus. So as a result, this is my first day working at home. So I thought, why not upload my first video, because I can literally work this into my daily routine, and I can actually create a space where I can share my true experience, because this is my life, this is where I am. So in today's video, we're going to talk about day one of working from home, transitioning from being in the office, rushing in traffic to the office, going from meeting to meeting, talking to people, getting people to look for stuff from you, getting emails, responding, rushing to the meeting, and then coming home, and then now all of a sudden you're just home, right? And I think a lot of women right now, not just women, everybody, people are freaking out. We are like, is this going to be for this long? For how long? You know what I mean? Like, for you to work at home in between your normal work, it's nice, because you're like, okay, I don't have to drive. Like this morning I was like, oh, I don't have to drive. I'm on my laptop at like, 7 o'clock. I'm already in there trying to start work going. But the reality is, when you are at home and now you don't even know how long you're going to be home for, right? So it's kind of tricky, because we are used to planning when there's a deadline, and we're used to doing things because we have timelines and we're working towards this thing. So now it's like just gray and blurry, and I think we just like need a bit of assurance. Like, how long are we doing this for, guys? Like, the kids are home, my husband is home. Well, I've got one kid, guys. I've got one child. She's 4. She's the CEO of the house. So I've got my child, I've got my nanny, I've got my husband, and myself. I also stay with my little sister, who's actually now at work, because at her workplace they told her that you can't actually stay home, you don't have a child. Shame, imagine. So yeah, so I think for me, the one thing that I wanted to talk about today is 3 things that came to my mind, and I thought, okay, let me share my plan of action, since it's my first day as a quarantined citizen of Mzansi. I work in the banking industry, and there's a whole lot of things going on right now that affects all industries, right? Because now people are on lockdown. Not everyone is on lockdown, but a lot more people are going to start being on lockdown. So we kind of need to prepare and know how we're feeling, how we're dealing with this, and what's the way forward. So I think the first thing that I came up with, which I haven't done, I'm planning to do later in the day, is I want to have a family meeting. So I would encourage you out there, if you're in a similar situation like me, where there's other people in the house. So literally, this is now becoming your workspace, right? So this is your home now. It's also going to become your workspace. It's going to be your everything space. So I think the first thing is gather around the team. So I'm literally bringing my work tendencies into the house. Gather the team, and let's have a discussion, and let's have an agreement in place to say, okay, this is the situation. If things have changed, and because things have changed, how are we going to deal with the change, and let everyone outline their expectations and their kind of daily activities, so that we can get to know who's going to be doing what, who needs what, like what actually needs to be adjusted in the home, so that this whole working from home space can work and not be disrupted unnecessarily. So when it comes to my daughter, she's totally the CEO of this house. So we normally try to do everything to accommodate her because she's small, she doesn't understand what's going on. Currently, for the past 2 days, she didn't understand why she couldn't go to school. She misses her teacher, she misses her friends. And basically, I've had to just like be, people are sick, we're not going anywhere, you can't visit your friends in the complex in which we stay. So she doesn't understand, she really gets bored. And because I wasn't really prepared for this phase, I don't really have a lot of things in the house to keep her busy. So the second person is my nanny. She's great. She's been with us 2 years now. And I mean, she's used to her own routine. Like, we leave in the morning, she prepares the baby while we get ready for work, and then we kind of all leave together, all three of us, mom, dad, child, we all go, and she's in her space. So then she cleans, she does her laundry, she does whatever it is that she needs to do, right? And then at around 1 o'clock she goes to the school, which is down the road, and she fetches my daughter. Then they go on to their little routine where my daughter has to take a nap, and then she colors her books, and then she kind of goes outside to play. So she gets tired, she eats, and then at some point it's bath time. Between bath time and preparing of supper and bedtime, that's when I kind of come in back into the house, and my husband also comes in. We normally though come very late because of traffic and school and all of that. So we can imagine this poor woman now is frustrated because we're all now in her space. Like, she can't clean peacefully. She doesn't know what to do because 1 minute I'm in the living room, 1 minute I'm in the bedroom. You know, Siba's dad is also in the other bedroom, so she just feels like we're in her space. I can sense it, I can see it. The other thing that's funny is that she is always on WhatsApp, right? They WhatsApp each other with the other helpers from Lesotho, and they're so loud. And they're using speakers, and they're just like, hello, my new, what. So, like, literally the whole morning has been chaotic, very noisy. The TV's on. Like, my house is very small, guys. Like, there's no space for all of us to be, like, loud in each other's spaces. So, my daughter, on the other hand, what she's been doing is being on the phone, iPad. And obviously, as a parent, you don't want your child to have too much screen time, but in this instance, I'm just like letting her be for today until I actually have a plan of action, because she can't go outside. It's a bit chilly. I think it's getting better now. And then she can't go play with other kids because of obviously Corey. So she's bored. So we are just like letting her play her games. At least she's playing educational games, but she's getting a lot more screen time for today. And I've just allowed myself to say it is what it is, right? Until I figure out the next steps. My husband, on the other hand, he's in the bedroom. He's a student. He works and studies part-time, and he's had a very hectic MBA journey that ends in September this year. So he's got a study corner. So he is very much used to this work from home situation. He's used to just getting in, going to his desk, and starting work. If there's noise, he'll literally text me and say, listen, you guys are making a noise. And the normal way of doing things in the house is that he works and I kind of keep the child busy, me and auntie, right? So now that we all need to work, I have no idea what to do. So hence brings me to plan of action number 2. I'm planning that by end of business today, I would at least have a schedule that I have to draw. So I've looked online, I've seen other people send me stuff, but out of all the information that I've been sent, I need to obviously look at what's viable for my daughter's age, what's viable for our space, like how much space we actually have, because some of the activities need space, they need to be outside, some need to be inside. So I have to be cognizant of what is a reality for our household. So I need to draw up a schedule that will include breakfast, lunch, and evening session, right? or afternoon session, and I have to know that between my husband and I, we need to help supervise the schedule. So at some point for 30 minutes he needs to take a break while I do a meeting. We need to literally sync our calendars and see who's doing what at what time, because we can't all be like the house must be silent, whatever, right? And where you have a telecon and there's too much noise in the house and my daughter wants to run around, you can't exactly stop her. So for example, this morning for a good 30 minutes my husband stepped out of the house, literally outside, to take a call because it was work and there was a bit of noise at the time in the house. So lots of adjusting to do, guys, but it has to be done, right? And I think as time goes by we'll all get into the momentum and figure out what it is that we actually supposed to do. So the last thing that I want to share that I'm wanting to do is stock up on food and stock up on essentials, because I mean in our house it's just 4 of us, right? There's 4 of us, 4 adults, husband, wife, nanny, little sister, and the child. So there's 5 of us. So normally, if you can imagine, we leave the house, we come back at like 6-7 o'clock in the evening, and then we have supper. We don't have lunch, we hardly have breakfast in the house. So obviously now with all the changes of being quarantined, we're gonna eat more. Like, hello, I'm already eating sweets, I don't know why. So because we're gonna eat more, we need to stock up on food, we need to stock up on essentials. Someone was asking me the other day, what's the whole big thing with stocking up on tissues? And I said, hello, if you look at how many times you go to the toilet during working hours, you'll have coffee and go to the toilet, you'll have lunch and go to the toilet, you have another drink and go to the toilet. But if you have to add all of that up and you're just in your house, the tissue is not going to last. So you need to stock up on other essentials like your vitamin C stuff, oranges, nachos, whatever. I'm not doing panic buying, I'm just saying there's more of us sitting in the house the whole day. We're gonna get bored, we're gonna eat more, we're gonna have to make a plan. So now we have to go to the shops and buy whatever it is that we need, and just make sure that we don't panic, just make sure that we are adjusting. So make sure that you've got enough areas to work that's professional with a nice background, no dodgy things. Make sure that you kind of plan your video calls. If you know that you've got Skype meetings at certain times, like make sure that an hour before that, fix up your hair if people are gonna see you. Wear a scarf. Where's that scarf that I was gonna wear? Like, wear a scarf so that people don't really see what's going on with yourself, so that you can look a bit professional. You know what I mean? So just wear a scarf, do whatever it is that you need to do. Duke it up. As Afro ladies, we know how hard it is to just manage this hair. So duke it up so that you can look cute when you do your Skype meetings. That's if people need to see you. I know that other people don't care about being seen. I know that other people don't care about seeing other people. But I mean, we all work with different characters, right? So as you can see, sometimes when you just put on a little dupe, you look a bit less hobberish. Because I feel like when my hair is all over the show, it's making me look like a homeless person sometimes. So I really don't like my hair looking all sorts of funnies. So just duke it up. Nothing hectic. And then at least you can look cute in your meetings, and you can look like, motho o tlhapile o. She is respecting our meeting. She doesn't look dodgy. I mean, let's take this time and take advantage of the fact that we're home. We can do other things while we're working. So for example, this morning I woke up, and then after I took a shower, I immediately put like a face mask on, because I was like, I've been postponing to do this thing for so long. The face mask thing, but for me to make time to just sit still and put it on for 20-30 minutes has been a mission. So this morning I decided, first thing before I open my laptop around 7 o'clock, I put on my face mask, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna work like this. So I've got some booties where you soak in your feet so they can become moist and not cracky and ashy. So those are the things that I'm planning to integrate into my new work from home life, right? But I think that is enough for today. I'm going to be sharing my progress as I go, and then I'm also going to be asking for more feedback to see what it is that people are doing and how we are all adjusting into this new way of life. At work, we are always hearing about new way of work. So now this is just new of life. And I think it's a good thing. I think we should all be positive about the silver lining that this whole thing of being at home with your family, being quarantined, what it brings. Do not focus on the positive, don't focus on the negative information. I actually feel like I am so overloaded with information with regards to coronavirus, because literally all thousands of my contacts are always like corona. I'm just like, whoa, guys. So I've just decided that I will switch off certain things like social media. I'm going to decide when I go in, and I'm going to decide when I don't go in. I'm going to mute certain WhatsApp groups, because all of it is just building up anxiety. Like, some of the stuff that they talk about is not even real, but like, I know I contribute to also just like spreading information, but I just feel like it's too much. It was all okay for the first, I feel like my lips look dodgy. It was all okay for the first 2 days or a day. Like, we can't do this every day. Like, our brains are literally gonna be so stressed, and we literally gonna get sick from the stress and anxiety, nothing else. Because if you think about something too much, it manifests, and you actually start feeling like your throat is tingling, your nose is getting blocked, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got Corey. So I think all of us must just like decide to calm down, and as you build up to your schedule, enter those things in to say, okay, I will use this time to go on social media and check what's going on, and then the rest of the time switch off. Also, it's hard because even in our work groups, people are throwing in Corey, so it's everywhere. But I feel like at this point we're all coronavirus out, and we are just hoping and praying that people are taking care of themselves, they're sanitizing, they're staying home, and we're being responsible, because we all know that our South African landscape is way too different to what we're seeing in other parts of the world. We are only going to actually see the real impact when it actually hits. So right now, I don't think anyone is in a place where they can tell us for sure how this thing is going to play out. So I think let's all just stay home. Let's enjoy this opportunity to work from home. Some people are enjoying it. Some people are born for it. I, for one, I know that I'm not cut out for working from home. I'm cut out for remote working. So I love working in different spaces. I love going to a coffee shop and working from there. I love working wherever I am. I don't like being confined to the house, especially with other people and the little CEO of my life. It just freaks me out. So I'm trying to calm down. And this is one of the ways in which I am creating an outlet for me to at least, upload videos and talk about what's going on and how I'm feeling, and hopefully I'm not alone, and hopefully other people can also share, and hopefully we can get through all of this together. So thank you so much for watching all 24 minutes of this video. This is Woman of Many Hats, and if you found that the content that we're going to be sharing, the content that we're going to be uploading is going to be useful for you, please subscribe and then also share this video. I will see you on the next video. So stay positive. Remember that each and every choice that you make can impact somebody else for a long time. So stay positive, and thank you.